I'm a big hot mess, and I literally fail at every fucking thing. My life is a mess. My house is a mess. Myself is a mess. I never look put together. That's okay. That's me. And I'm not gonna hide it anymore. And this is what you get. It is literally so gorgeous out today. A little bit chilly, so I've got my blanket. I love this. Like, my view is absolutely perfect. It's been like, what, 6 to 8 years since I've really put content on my YouTube channel. A lot has changed. I could probably talk for the next like 12 hours and tell you everything that has changed, but I'm going to try not to. I'm going to try and keep it short. Some of you found me on Instagram and have followed along with me over there, but I dropped off the face of the earth for a little while. I've had to face myself in a lot of ways over the last few years and face a lot of conditioning, the world and religion and my own thought patterns. I've had to just challenge those and reprogram myself. Most of my life, I was a people pleaser, and I was told to be a certain way and do certain things in order to make people happy and for me to be happy. And so I performed and hoped that it would make me happy, and it never did. Not to say that I wasn't happy. There was moments of happiness in there. My kids are definitely those moments of happiness. I did have a beautiful life. But there's a lot of connection to myself that I was missing. I didn't know myself. All of my past YouTube videos, I remember this need to look a certain way, to come across a certain way. It was important to me how I was perceived. It was really important to me that my house looked cleaned, that I looked put together, that I came across as this happy person. It was me trying to put on a facade of who I was supposed to be. It wasn't me trying to be fake. It was me trying to do what everybody told me would make me happy. You marry a man, you have babies, you live this certain type of lifestyle, and it's going to make you happy. And so I did that, and it didn't produce the outcome I was told that it would produce. And I was kind of dead inside, depressed and not happy. I was a robot, and I was performing. So starting to recognize that maybe the problem wasn't everything around me, maybe the problem was inside of me, kind of cracked things wide open. And I really went on this journey of self-discovery, and also just this really deep spiritual journey of what truth is to me and where truth lies. And if any of you guys have gone on a spiritual journey before or had any kind of spiritual awakening, you know that that shit is dark. It is so dark. I opened that can of worms, which was so fun. The universe took me to a really dark place. And in the middle of the storm, it's not fun. But in hindsight, damn, I'm so glad that I got to learn all those lessons, because there's no fucking way that I would be the person that I am and be so in love with myself and building a life that I love right now if it weren't for going through that. I've had about 3 years of a lot of darkness and then a really intense spiritual awakening. It's crazy. Anybody who has gone through a spiritual awakening would agree. About 4 years ago, I went through my divorce and came out as gay. I was in a really good place at that time. I had done a lot of work to heal. I had done a lot of work to know myself, do a lot of like internal self-improvement. And I was pretty damn confident, probably a little overly confident, a little cocky. Always a great place to start, right? The universe loves that. Mike and I were on great terms. Like we parted on good terms. He and I had made an agreement to co-parent well. Everything was really amicable. We were like best friends still. It was pretty obvious there was not a physical attraction. He was really supportive of me coming out. It broke his heart. I know it broke his heart, but he was very supportive. I was naive to think I could just skip on merrily on about my life and move from this really happy, beautiful, like healed self into a new, beautiful, healed self and be in control of all of it still. Turns out that that's not how the universe wanted it to go for me. So the universe proceeded to take everything from me, or so it felt. At the time of my divorce, I owned a business in the town that I was in. It was a crafting business. I was so proud of it. Probably the highlight of my life, like career wise. I was so proud of myself. We remodeled that building and I was building things that were amazing. I was really proud of that. I had my life together. I found the cracks in that and I started to allow doubt in. I allowed people's opinions to weigh heavily on me. And I allowed myself to place other people's thoughts above mine. I was pretty confident. And then somebody would be like, maybe you don't know everything that you think you know. And I'd be like, oh, maybe I don't. I'm willing to learn from other people. And so I placed their opinions over mine. Instead of just hearing what they had to say, I heard what they had to say and took it as fact. Instead of taking it in, hearing it, and wondering if I believed it. I gave so much weight to other people's opinions because I was worried about how I appeared to them going through a divorce, coming out as gay. I already knew I was being judged. So when people gave me feedback, I was like, okay, I will do that because I don't want to keep looking like a mess. It was impossible to not look like a mess because doing that created a bigger mess. I spiraled. I lost people that I loved. I lost family, friends, my business, financial security. I hit a rock bottom and then found out that that was a false bottom and hit another rock bottom and found out that that was a false bottom. I was in such a dark place. My skin aged. I started getting dark spots all over my skin. I was having health issues. I was struggling, working 80 hours a week to make ends meet, trying to be there for my kids, but feeling like a failure constantly. I was so defeated, just dog paddling to survive. I wasn't even surviving. I think my life was decaying actively. It was hard and I was embarrassed and I tried to hide it. I know the universe did that on purpose because here I was trying to like appear a certain way and then I make a big mess of my life and think I can just smile my way through it and be optimistic. There's no way that you can be optimistic about literally everything sucking. So I had to look at myself in the mirror and I had to say, I am a fucking hot mess. And I had to be okay with that. I had to quit feeling like a victim of the people who I felt were wronging me and start realizing I was the source of the problem because I was choosing all of it. I was the problem because I was staying where I was. I was staying put. I absolutely participated in a lot of messy shit. I will not say that I didn't, but the biggest way I participated was by allowing myself to believe what they had to say and by not valuing myself. About a year ago, I joined this women's group and I spent time around women who wanted to better themselves. They wanted to address their traumas. They wanted to heal. They wanted to take ownership, like radical ownership of everything that they did, every way that they contributed to their own sorrows and everything. I was being called out on my blind spots, loved through hard shit. I learned so much. I healed so much during that time. I took ownership of my part in the divorce and grieved over how much I hurt my kids and my ex-husband. I took a lot of ownership in all my relationships that I feel that I lost and that I had felt victimized by, and realized that I was an equal participant and that I was just as toxic as anybody else who participated, and just really grew a lot during the last year. It has been on my heart to use this platform again. I think it's going to be a place I can share the tools I've learned or am learning. I had to relearn and teach myself new tools and learn a lot of new things in order to heal and in order to get to a place of peace and happiness. So that is my spiritual journey. It was crazy. The sun's in my eyes now. It feels amazing. I love the sunshine. I have been busted wide open, like the amount of expansiveness. I'm high on life right now. I hope that you all are doing great. Here's me back. I'm a big hot mess, and I literally fail at every fucking thing. My life is a mess. My house is a mess. Myself is a mess. I never look put together. That's okay. That's me. And I'm not gonna hide it anymore. And this is what you get. I hope that y'all are okay with my big hot mess. Love y'all. Bye.